Flexibility, scalability, all-out customer care was the selling point for us. It wasn't just the tech, it was everything that comes along with the tech with you guys.
We have Eric Sims with Leading Edge Connections. And Eric, just want to say thanks for joining me today. Would love to get a brief history of you and your company.
We started LEC in that way, and the goal was to keep things on the leading edge of what's new and what's possible, and looking at clients differently, looking at partnering differently, looking at technology differently. And 3 years ago when we started the company, it was we didn't want any walls, we didn't want any buildings, didn't want any walls, and a lot of people thought we were crazy going fully virtual at that point in time. But we've always been a virtual company, so all our agents have been work at home. We've been work at home since 2017, 2018. And so that was our push, man. And we wanted to do something different and exciting that we were passionate about and evolve the industry a little bit. And over the course of the last couple of years, we've really evolved from being a contact center to being what we now call a sales and CX transformation company with full contact center capability. We wanted to open the door a little bit more to different types of works and interactions, and provisioning at maybe even a higher level than you traditionally see in a call center. We saw some opportunity there, especially on the sales side. Felt like we vetted out well, and we continued to grow. But we started experiencing a lot of those pain points of just reliability and consistency and scalability and features and things that we needed to continue to keep our business on the forefront of what everybody else is needing out there. And so that put us back on the look. And we need a platform and some technology that offers us and offers our clients the ability to go really drive business the way not only it's conducted today, but a vision for where it's going to be over the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. And Noble had that vision. We saw it immediately. They had the technology in place, really not just for today, but probably the next couple of years. But the bigger piece was, and after talking to you guys, was that we really felt great about the fact that you guys are not going to be sitting in the same spot 3 years from now. You're progressing constantly and taking on new things and bringing on new features and products and services. And so that aligned well with our company, because I'm a big believer that, there's no such thing as standing still. Either you're shrinking or you're growing. And if you're not focused on being on the leading edge of what's next, you're probably going to get left in the dust at some point in time pretty quick.
So especially if we're looking at the technology space, certainly you said you're doing sales, so I'm guessing you're doing voice, probably maybe some email, stuff like that. What's their future goals for Leading Edge Connections? Where you'd like to see yourself in a year, 5 years, 10 years from now?
We want to continue to grow to be that organization that's helping people and their companies evolve. I think the thing that we looked at with Noble that was going to be able to assist with that is that communication in and of itself is changing, right? How people prefer to communicate and how you're going to target people. And we do, and you know this, but we do a lot of work on the B2B side. We do a lot of work on the B2C side. And there's different channels of communication that are familiar to people in those areas. But we wanted something that was holistically going to be able to be used in a multi or omni-channel approach. We went with omni. And the reason for that too is just the evolving of the workplace. I think it's in the next 3 years, 75% of the workforce is going to be millennial, right? And millennials do not like phone calls, or they don't appreciate them as much as maybe your or my generation does. And so we wanted something that gave us the opportunity to be able to reach out to people and connect with people in those capacities, because I think it opens the door when you're talking about sales and customer experience and customer care to be able to drive people's business in a new and different way.
Is there anything different that maybe NobelBiz or myself or anybody did a little different than other places that you looked and kind of made you make that final decision?
So we work with a lot of SaaS companies with helping them build their sales departments and service those departments. And so I have a very high level of like holding the people accountable, or what I expect, I guess you'd say there. And so a lot of the partners that we had interviewed before and talked to before, when it came to like the communication and the professionalism and the reliability and those things, it just wasn't there. And it's a big problem in the SaaS industry in general. I mean, I look across the spectrum and just servicing, the reliability and communication isn't there. And when we looked at Noble, you guys were hands down the most helpful, informative, and supportive group we came across. And it's continued to be that way even after we've begun our onboarding process and been through the onboarding process. It wasn't one of those hey, we're paying attention to you till we get done with the demo. And then, if you evaporate and you can't find anybody but an offshore call center agent, no offense to those guys, but when you're looking at doing implementations and things like that, it may not be optimal. So, y'all's flexibility, scalability, and just all out customer care was the selling point for us. I mean, it wasn't just the tech, it was everything that comes along with the tech with you guys.
How many different platforms or solutions did you use to kind of service what you're doing now in the industry?
Well, at some points in time, we were using, I'd say 4, 5, 6, because you're talking about having to leverage some of the clients' platforms, our PBX. At one point in time, we were using 2 PBXs at once because one wouldn't do a certain type of business that we needed to do or do it well, and the other one would do this one, and this one had a dialer, and this one didn't, and this one couldn't do chat, and this one could. So it was at least 2 PBXs, and then several different CRMs or light CRM technologies. And the biggest challenge for us was, as we connect all these different companies, we're servicing all these brands. We really wanted to come in with a holistic solution to people that we could say, okay, here's like a package. You don't need to do all this. We're going to service you from tip to tail. And that's where Noble, won us over quite a bit too, was that we had such a stronger offering to give to people to enhance what they have. Because most of them came to us, we meet people earlier cycle than a lot of traditional call centers do because we want to help them build their departments out. So we needed something that we could put in place that not only was great for us, but was great for them. And they saw as an opportunity there. And it's begun to open up doors for us to actually partner with, pushing you guys' business and exposing Noble to our clients, which is great. Like I mentioned, our goal is to help people grow their business. And so that's our biggest focus when we're meeting up with people. And we wanted something that wowed people versus something that they'd seen before. And we felt like Noble was the wow factor from the technology side.
Awesome. Well, I enjoyed today. Again, anybody's looking for outsourcing, please reach out to Eric, and obviously reach out to me. I would challenge everybody to evaluate your technical process, take a look at Omni, and go from there.